Shalom Yashrala, this is your brother Dawada, coming back as you read this is truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here lesson real quick, which is inspired by, basically, you hear the news is what's going on today as far as, a lot of these different mass shootings for when it's going on, riots and the protests and everything that's going on. All right, the cost of food that's going up, the cost of eggs, the chicken plants burning down and everything else like that, man. All right, but what is all this stirring up to? What type of conditions do you think that this is creating for you people here in Babylon, man? All right, because hey, you got to think about it, man. The economy has not recovered. Hell, you can go back to 2008. The economy hadn't recovered since then, but even from the pandemic, all right, people talk about the pandemic, the shutdowns, and everybody was concerned about that and how it was economically affecting Babylon the Great. But before people could, before people could recover from that, all right, they was hit with the war with Ukraine. All right, then they just started blaming everything on Ukraine. All right, then now all of a sudden you getting right back to what more what they call it, culling of the chicken. All right, you have all these different chickens having to be put to death because of different bird flus or avian flus or whatever they call it, man. All right, you have a shortage with the chicken eggs and everything else like that, man. All right, but then you also got your boy that's dealing into these things. All right, what they call chickenless eggs or whatever. All right, we know that this is all controlled opposition, man. All right, we know what this is all bringing these towns into, man. All right, a time like we'll get to that. That's right here, but matter of fact, let me grab this precept first, real quick. It's Revelation 3:10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." All right, so there's going to be an hour of temptation that's coming upon the earth. All right, and when you go into the word temptation, hey, it goes into whether or not you say what you believe what you say, more or less to say. You say you believe in the Most High, you say you have faith in the Lord, and the Lord's going to protect you and everything else like that. Well, hey, you're going to be put into a position to put that thought or that theory to a test, man. Are you going to be put into a position to where, hey, you say you believe in the Most High, you say you have faith and everything else like that. So we'll see what's going on out there, man. All right, just like how, in the beginning of this here pandemic situation, there was a lot of people who said that they believed in the Lord, a lot of people who said that they had faith and everything, but first time some type of fear came up, what did they wind up doing, man? They went out and took that shot, man, or the tequila shot, man. You know how we got to say it. They lined up at the bar, man. Shots for everybody, man. They was drinking till they was sore drunk, man. All right, hey, we got to fix it up a little bit before they try, whatever. But nevertheless, man, hey, I remember at the time when that stuff started first coming around, working with this one guy, he was a new guy at the job and everything, and didn't really know too much about the dude, but the fact of the matter that this guy, just hearing through the grapevine, apparently this guy must have been some type of religious person, because like I said, this is just somebody I just happened to just start working with. They just a new person at the job, and before I don't even remember the dude's, maybe I do know the dude's name, but sometimes you hear about certain things about people. This the new guy, he came from this company or that company, or he's from this spot or that spot, or he used to do this, or this guy used to, the old army dude that's just started working here. You know how you talk about, you get new people at the job, you kind of know a little something about them, right? Well, apparently this guy was, a so-called believer and everything else like that. So, hey, obviously he had to have his strong beliefs that's how he was so-called described as, he's a Christian and everything else like this. Hey, but man, the first week into us finding out about whatever the hell's going on here, this dude is all wrapped the hell up in some, look like, layers and layers and layers of some shit. Scared as a motherfucker, man. Look like he got what you call one of them suicide bomber vests on, trying to work inside the job. Like, bro, man, you scaring every goddamn body around here. You over here look like, what I'm saying, you nervous as hell. You look like you holding on to something. Like, bro, what's wrong with you? And he's like, shit, I'm scared of catching this, scared of catching that. I don't know if this person got this or this person got, like, look, bro, hey, you tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? You talking about something, you believe in everything. Where your faith at, man? I wanted to say some shit like that to him, but like I said, I didn't really know the motherfucker like that. But hey, he was in and out, up out of there real quick, man. All right, so hey, you see how when things really come to pass, hey, this is what winds up happening, man. And hey, I can speak for myself as far as and I don't really normally get sick ever in life. This is the first time I've been sick and shit just for the first time I can remember in a long ass time, man. All right, but hey, even when I first started coming down with my little cold or whatever, man. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, hey, I'm straight. I get to for the first time get to lay up like everybody else, kind of enjoy the little perks of being sick or whatever. Hey, it's all good, man. Most I can bring it upon you. He can also heal you from it, man. That's not the end all be all of these things, man. These people feel like, oh, they wind up getting a little cough or something like that. It's the end of the world for them. All right. But hey, it is what it is, man. These people don't have no faith, man. All right. They more worried about these things and everything else like that. It's just like, man, hey, shit, for instance, they, like I said, they worried about dying and everything. Man, I got a little sickness. I'm just more worried about my nose being stopped up. I have to keep blowing my nose every 2 minutes, man. But to hell with these people, man. It just goes to show forth their faith, man. They don't have faith in anything, man. Their faith is easily a rock, man. Especially with, you're hearing about like a lot of these news topics that we have going on, that, like, we're speaking about, with all this here. Let's go back to that real quick. We'll get to that, Lord's will. Matter of fact, I want to pull that now. Well, let me grab this first and we'll go and grab that. This is Matthew 20, 24 and 21. All right. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. In fact, let me go on up. Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right. And, speaking on this, I was preaching about this last week, going into and somebody wound up coming up talking about the Antichrist system and everything else like that, man. Hey, and speaking on the society, how things are supposed to be, oh, we're a Christian nation and everything, going back to the Christian ways. And like, man, when the last, you need to wipe the coal out your eye. When the last time you took an honest look at Babylon the Great, man? Everything here, is the opposite of what the Lord would have going on out here, man. All right. So, hey, you don't live in no so-called Christian society, man. All right. It says, verse 6, And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So like it. Hey, so we have these things going on right about now, man. You got a lot of different things going on right about now, man, as far as taking things to the next level. And it's just, we just getting in February, man. All right, you got the request for these damn tanks and planes going over to Ukraine, which, this is just nothing more than, the way they're spinning it right now is Putin is escalating, things going on in the war to the next level. But really, is it really Putin that's escalating shit? He's just telling you, hey, bro, don't do that shit. It's going to cost you bigly. Don't do that shit. And what is America and the West doing? They still over there, hey, well, let's go, and now, granted, they say that it may be a time frame, a good portion of time, maybe a year or so before the tanks and shit actually get over there. All right. And, with the amount of tanks, it ain't that much. But, more or less, hey, this could be scenarios like when the tanks was never really planning to get over there. We just plan to ship them bitches over there and for them to get blown up en route and just to be able to escalate the war. All right. Wars and rumors of wars, just like how everything was on high red alert with, what is it called? Taiwan and China. All right, with that debacle going on, but now you even got warnings. This is a whole other topic, but going into the wars and rumors of wars, the shit that's popping off with North and South Korea, man. All right, South Korea talking about, what I'm saying, warning North Korea about their nukes and shit like that. But hey, this is the point in time where we at, man. We're in the midst of World War III. All right, and things are only going to get worse and worse and worse, man. All right, it says for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Now, when you talk about these famines, whether it's an actual lack of food from, let's just say, hypothetically, what do you call it? How do you say, like natural events? Let's just say hypothetically it's a drought or something like that, or whatever it is, snowstorms is killing off the crops and everything. You have those things that's going on, but then you also have the man-made scenarios that's going on, man. All right, the culling of all these damn chickens. All right, also of shutting down farms and farmers and stopping them from doing certain things, giving them bad feed to feed to their chickens. All right, so the chickens stop laying eggs. All right, you have a lot of different things that's going on, but all this is being orchestrated for what purpose, man? All right, to bring you closer into what that time of great tribulation, to see, hey, where your faith is gonna lie at, man. All right, whether or not you're gonna bow down to this here system to be able to buy or sell, man. All right, if you're gonna take that MOTB, all right, all this is bringing you closer and closer to the end, man. Which we need to get to this here spot for these last final prophecies to take place. But hey, as we get closer to those days, man, all right, things are gonna. Well, we'll jump down here. Let me read. Let me finish reading these next two verses. Well, let me finish 7 and 8. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." Going to verse 21. All right. "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be." So, as we were just speaking about, getting into that time, where the MOTB is being implemented, where you're not going to be able to buy or sell, say if you have that mark. All right, every day that goes by, we're getting closer and closer to that date, man. Things are your days aren't getting better; they're getting worse. All right, back in the old shit. Let's just go back 3 years ago. Before, all you had to worry about was one variant. You know what I'm saying? Now you got different variants. Now you got not just that situation. You got them flus, viruses, this and that, some unknown shit going on out here. You got all kind of crazy shit that's going on out here that people are out here afraid of, and all kind of things, man. All right, so hey, you see people walking around that they don't, if they want to be afraid of breathing in some shit from somebody else, social distancing, like motherfucker, y'all by yourself. You in your car by yourself with your damn mask on. You know what I'm saying? Driving with some latex gloves on. You know what I'm saying? All kind of crazy shit that's going on out here with these people in their mind. They don't know if they want to be afraid of that. They want to be afraid of an economic collapse. Going to the grocery store and seeing how much it costs to get groceries. All right, they don't know if they want to be afraid of going and waiting in line, or hell, going to church, sending your kids to school. It's lucky. I know around here, they have one of the schools where I guess they got like a panic button. You know how they have like a fire alarm, but they got like a different thing now because I guess all the school shootings and everything. They pretty much had the school go on lockdown twice. I want to say within a week, man. All right, because some kid then basically pressed the button on their ass, man. All right, not really no real shit popped off, but just hit the alarm. You know what I'm saying? It's like pulling a fire alarm without actually having a fire. But now in the heightened state of the scenarios that you have going on in these schools, man. Hey, people are on high alert, man. All right, these people are how do I say, traumatized from the shit that the constant traumatic experiences that they're being drugged through, man. All right, I was reading an article about the school situation over here, and they was talking about how and this is a little high school, and they was saying that they pressed a little button and people started evacuating to the things. They had all the cops out there with their ARs. Some of the high school kids who had cars, they was leaving campus. And, some of the other kids was just leaving campus, walking off, and ain't one because shit, they all got cell phones nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So they could just walk up off of campus and call their peoples to come pick them up. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you have all this is seared into the minds of these people to where it's almost normal, man. Hell, if you was living over there in Israel, you know how normal it would be to hear those air raid sirens and to go ahead and take shelter, man. You see some of them videos of them people over there, like they might just be out and about at a fancy restaurant, sitting outside, whining and dining their old lady. All of a sudden, the fucking alarms go off and everybody just get up and start running. They all know what the fuck to do, man. It's not like, well, what the hell do we do type scenario. No, man, they all train and prepare for those things, man. Now, you Americans are living like that, man. All right, you scared. You hear somebody cough inside the damn store. All right, you hear somebody, you inside the damn grocery store, you hear somebody drop something or something like that. You think a damn gun went off. All right, everybody starts scattering in every damn thing else like that, man. People just getting loud inside the damn store. You know what I'm saying? People be freaked out, man. But these are the times that we coming into where, people are living on edge, man. All right, the love of many. Oh, we didn't even read that. Let's go back on up. Matthew 24 and verse, what is it, 10? Or 10 and 12. It says, "And then shall many be offended and betray one another and shall hate one another." All right, and these are the times that we're living in right about now, man. How many different stories? I heard of a story, two different wild stories. One was some parents, a mother and a father and a child. They were trying to fly back somewhere and couldn't afford to fly. The ticket for the child to fly the child back, so they wound up leaving the damn child in the airport, man. All right, another mother wound up leaving her kid inside the damn car while I forgot where they went, whether it was the casino or they went somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Leaving the kid in the car, kid wound up dying. Shit, somebody, I believe this was in St. Peter, Tampa or some shit like that. Some chick got killed outside the car with her kids all off in the car and everything else, like a young chick, man. All right, you got all kind of crazy shit that's going on out here nowadays, man. All right, people pissing people off. Not even really say people pissing people off, but because we at a whole other different time like nowadays, man. That's why I say, hey, man, it's best to just mind your own business and keep to yourself, man. All right, you may be, let's just say, you know how everybody be at the damn light, you know what I'm saying? And somebody in front of you, light turn green, and the person in front of you don't immediately go because they on their cell phone. Then the person behind them start blowing the horn. Hey, man, be careful with shit like that, man. All right, because all of a sudden you might not know hey, that person might get out and just start busting on your ass, man. All right, all because you blowing the horn at them while they over here trying to get a text message off. They over here sexting, getting their freak on at the red light, because hey, we in Babylon the Great and you disturbing them. I'm going live right now, fuck nigga. You fucking up my live right now, fuck nigga. Now I gotta go start busting at you. You see what I'm saying? Hey, you got all kind of crazy shit like this going on nowadays, man. All right, but hey, this is where we at, Babylon the Great, man, and it's going down, man. This is turning into a mix of all kind of shit from the Purge to hell. This is more like a zombie apocalypse going on out here, man. Because you got people afraid of getting infected from other people, being around other people and things like that, man. You got people that's just like just going at people on drugs, all right, on alcohol, just bugging out, man. All right, just people getting into all kind of fights and skirmishes, people getting shot down. Not to say justly, but because two people beefing at one another, so it's a gunfight. But then you also have people that ain't got shit to do with none of the shit that's going on getting popped, man. All right, so hey, it's not looking safe out here for nobody, man. Sometimes they would say, but just stay your ass at home. Don't go down to this spot. After you shouldn't have been in the club last night after this time. What you was doing? You know how certain people say nothing productive comes from being outside after dark or after 9 p.m. or shit like that. But hey, nowadays your ass can get popped at 10:30 in the morning, basically at the fucking grocery store, man. All right, so hey, it's not one of those times to where. Well, let's read the next verse. It says, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, so hey, this is going to go hand in hand with them hating one another, the love of many waxing cold, people having no remorse, no natural affection for one another, man. All right, just bug outs out here, man. All right, people running rampant, and especially when you run low on resources, man. When people run out of resources, people wind up doing all kind of crazy shit. In fact, we can grab that too in Second Esdras. All right, just to go forth to show, what's Second Esdras 5th? Well, we'll just start here. We'll just start up here, but just to go forth to show us, hey man, when resources get low, all right, people start losing shit, man. All right, losing their minds, man. All right, this is why you see like, sometimes you see crime and well, you can look at it like they say, there's more crime in black people neighborhoods than there are in white people neighborhoods, right? Well, let's put it this way, like let's just say quote unquote violent crimes, like what you was gang banging and shit, drive-bys and shit like that, right? People breaking into cars and shit like that. All right, but granted, in the white people neighborhood, actually more crimes do take place in white people neighborhoods than in black people neighborhoods, but it's a different type of crime. These niggas be sitting behind their goddamn keyboards and shit on their job, stealing hundreds of millions of dollars with all kind of fraud and shit going on like that. The Jake, you know what I'm saying? Jake over here trying to hustle up, making him $1,000. Jake in the hood, rich with $1,000 and shit like that. Esau over here smuggling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars at his job over there trading stocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? So really they be committing more crimes. But as far as like stealing radios and shit, breaking people's houses and robbing motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, running people's pockets type shit. You know what I'm saying? These types of things, you could say, hey, well, more that happens in black people neighborhoods than white people neighborhoods. And that's true to an extent. All right. It's not because it's black folks versus white folks, but hey, typically, they take all the resources out of Jake's neighborhoods, right? And they take a lot of the jobs and things like that away from Jake and their neighborhoods, man. All right, this is where you have the Section 8s and all these different things and governmental assistance and everything else like that. Whereas Esau be having all kind of shit set up to where he be making money on top of money on top of money on top of money, man. All right, and then his work paycheck just be his fuck off money, man. He got extra money coming in other places that's paying all his bills and every damn thing else. And he go to work for a paycheck just to go fuck all that money off at the bar. All right, so hey, they have plenty of resources in their neighborhoods versus Jake in their neighborhood. So then what is Jake, how they say, idle hands? All right, but hey, Jake is sitting around the house trying to find a little lick. All right, hey, if there ain't no resources, we got to put some shit together, man. It's just like with cooking a meal or something like that, man. If you got all the ingredients you need, you're going to come out with the ingredients. Everything's going to be looking nice and perfect and everything else like that. But then sometimes, like back in the olden days, they say, hey, if you don't have this, you can substitute it with that. This is what Jake wound up doing. If we don't have the regular resources that we need, well, shit, we're going to turn to our own, a.k.a. the black market, man. We're going to start hustling and shit. Y'all ain't got jobs for us. Well, we got to come up with income some type of way, whether we selling CDs and stealing TVs out of houses and selling that shit. So, hey, the crime starts going up because of what? A lack of resources. Now, bringing that to a higher level, All right. Well, look at America as a whole, man. All right. A lot of people are going unemployed. All right. A lot of these businesses are shutting down. A lot of these major businesses are laying off. You got like the Microsoft. All right. Yeah, just a lot of these big ass businesses are doing having these major layoffs and things like that. A lot of these stores are going to how they call it, contactless stores and things like that, whether it be your banks, your McDonald's. I forgot. I think it was a McDonald's I seen. It was either McDonald's or a Subway. One of these fucking restaurants, man. You go inside, there ain't no people in there at all, man. All right, and this is just a small scale of these things, but how much more could they make these things a lot bigger, man? You've seen these things go on like. I ain't been in a Walmart in a long time, but hell, even back before this was before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like the last time I've been up in the Walmart like that. But just think about the last time you really seen people working the lines at Walmart. They have all them damn self checkouts. And matter of fact, you see the new shit they got up in there. I don't know if it's Walmart or if it's Sam's Club, where they got just the you you walk through the store, you scan all the shit that you getting, in your cart with your little phone and everything else like that. You walk through this little special aisle and they just double scan your ass again, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? You done. You walk in, you walk out. You don't even have to see nobody at the damn store. The only person you can see at the store is a person checking your receipt as you walking up out of that bad boy, man. All right, but other than that, it's not very many people in there. So look, where are all these people going to look for jobs at, man? All right, Uber is shutting down a lot of their positions and things like that, man. So hey, man, it's not America's been a gig like economy since Barack Obama was president, man. So what do you have going on nowadays, man? All right, people was working 2 and 3 and 4 jobs, part time this, part time that. A lot of people, a lot of these women, OnlyFans or the equivalent of, to where they get paid off. A lot of these women, they be what they call live streaming and going live and shit like that, getting paid off of that shit. But hey, that's not very sustainable, man. All right, people be talking about hitting licks and doing this and doing that. But like, yeah, you might make $1 million today, but how many times can you replicate that, man? If you can only do that once in your life, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what the little thing was like. Would you rather take $1 million one time, or would you rather take a penny a day, or would you take a penny a day to double? Basically to double up. You start with a penny, and you double that shit every day for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Most people say, I'll take the $1 million, but like, well, fuck it, I'll take the penny. To let that shit double up, because over time you're gonna constantly keep making money coming in, man. Eventually you're gonna pass that $1 million, man. But nevertheless, this is the mindset of these people. But let's read this in 2 Esdras 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, and so let's read the next verse. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, in the course of their acts shall stand in their power. So, hey, you have, people standing up, fighting one another, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, and all these different things, and sedition among men. All right, whether it's in rebellion against the governments, whether it be from lockdowns, higher tax prices. All right, the police killings and things like that, man. All right, not really trying to talk too much on the police killings and everything else like that, but it's crazy how we're not gonna get too far into that. Maybe we'll save for another lesson. But how this time, Jake is involved in this situation, and it don't take no time for them to sit there and disband them, fire them. They ain't got to do no investigation. But when it's Edomite cops involved, we got to investigate. We got to do this to take 2 to 5 years. They on paid leave, the whole time and everything, and then they just get relocated somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that with a couple of these damn situations, man, that's involving Jake at the police station, that things are just a little bit different. But hey, what do you expect, man? All right, like the little we ain't gonna get into that scenario. But hey, man, they got Jake out here on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? Trying to come back around, because they had this. What was it, last year, the year before last, or whatever year it was, with all the violence against Jake from the police. Now they looking like, hey, Jake is the face of the police nowadays, man. All right, but hey, it is what it is, man. We know that this here system, is designed to be collapsed right about now, man. All right, from the top down. All right, whether it be economically, or financially, with the infrastructure, dealing with the political parties and everything else like that. They know that, we know that they're driving this whole thing down into the ground, man. All right, so hey, this is what they call order out of chaos, man. All right, or what they call the phoenix rising out of the ashes. All right, their plan is to destroy all this shit so they can rebuild it up in their own way. All right, yeah, we can even get that too, but uh, let me go and grab that real quick. Where is that at? And we'll come back. This is let me see. Just to the point. Malachi 1:4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, we will rebuild the desolate places, saith the Lord. Salah. Whereas Edom says we're impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, the people in whom the Lord have indignation forever. Now Esau actually did this already one time before, with the Roman Empire, all right, fallen, and then they came back and they rebuilt the desolate places. Now we're in Rome 2.0, all right. But also, this is what Esau plans on doing. Like, this is his plan for right now. All right, destroying every damn thing, order out of chaos, man. All right, and rebuilding it, a one world government, a one world system by taking things to the far extremes. Hey, well, it didn't work with this, it didn't work with that, so we got to settle somewhere in the middle. But ultimately, the Lord is like he say, but he that sitteth in the heavens shall have them in derisions. Roughly paraphrasing. But Esau plans on rebuilding all these things, man, destroying it all and building it back into his image and what the New World Order. All right. But it's not going to go as planned. All right. Going back, 2 Ezra 15 and 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their acts shall stand in their power. And now I was hearing somebody speaking about this as far as what they called it, the color revolutions over in the Middle East and shit like that. But or it wasn't the Middle East. But when they had it was before that. That was called the Arab Springs and stuff like that. They had what was it? The Color Revolution, the Arab Springs. There was another one. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, a regime change basically is what the hell is going on, man. All right, but they talking about some. This is pretty much what you have going on nowadays, man. All right, you getting to the point to where with the we're not gonna get into it, but the polarization between the left and the right. You talking about some. You got these pro what we want to call this guy, pro Twitter fingers over there. All right, and then pro Sleepy Brown on the other side, man. All right, or this is a little party and everything else like that. The pro purple hair people, man. All right, and you have these two different ideologies that's pretty much how do I say, grouping people either on the one side or the other side, or hell, you even have a third party in the middle, man. The people that so-called say we just want to be regular, man. All right, but then at the end all be all these people are at each other's throats, man. All right, and this is just tearing this here place apart from the inside out, man. All right, so hey, when you look from the outside, these people are looking at things that's going on here in Babylon the Great. And it's like, yo, y'all got y'all hands full over there. What the fuck y'all worried about this shit going on over here for, man? But hey, this is how they how do I say, they plan on again bringing order out of chaos, man. All right, verse 17: a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled and houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. So we're coming to a time like that right about now, man. All right, where houses are about to be troubled, men are about to be afraid, man. All right, the food prices are go. Well, let's read the next verse. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. So, hey, the food shortages or the prices of food going up, people can't get jobs and things like that, man. All right, it's starting to cause people to do what? Become shady towards their neighbors and things like that, man. All right, all of a sudden take, for Jim Bob to get fired from his job that he'd been in for 40-some years, right before retirement and everything else like that, man. To come home and to be drinking that old whiskey on his back porch and listening to some goddamn hip hop being blared from his neighbors down the block, or some Spanish music being blared from the other side, for old Jim Bob to get all up in his feelings and everything, go get a 12 gauge and go around the damn block on your ass, man. All right, Thomas, hey, these brown folks are taking, the colors are taking over my country, taking our jobs. All these Mexicans and the immigrants taking all of our jobs. This is all they always be repeating and shit like that. Not to mention, like, motherfucker, Esau selling his own jobs down in goddamn, when they talk about these big ass corporations, Amazon and all these motherfuckers laying off jobs, they ain't saying, look, we're going to let go of you people and we're going to hire a bunch of illegal immigrants and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who ain't got no driver's license and don't know which way to go. We're going to put them in the Amazon vans to drive around. Last I checked, the majority of them damn people be jakes that apply for them jobs anyway, man. You don't see too many damn Edomites wanting them damn jobs like that, man. All right, but then getting still, they sit over here and blame the ain't no jobs because of them. But see, this is Esau. He's coming to the realization that he's at the end of his rulership, man. All right, and like the scriptures say, the devil has come down into you having great wrath because he knows he had but a short time. All right, so hey, tempers are up all the way around the globe, man. Tempers are up around Babylon the Great, man. All right, let me see where we can find that in Isaiah. What is that? Isaiah. Let me see if it's Isaiah 19. Yep, Isaiah 19 and 2. It says, I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So, hey, look, these are the times that we're coming into, man. All right, the love of many is waxing cold, man. All right, resources are running dry out here, man. All right, Babylon the Great is circling the drain. All right, so hey, man, you need to be, be vigilant out here, man. Don't get caught up in the sauce out here and caught up into this bullshit of a life out here, man. All right, because it's all going away rapidly, man. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, say call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and ever will. And citation, much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong. Shalom.